Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Cole. I love colour and fun makeup. Today, of course, I had to pick it up. We're going to be talking about the Beauty Bay 42 Botanical. I did pull out the little mini one today so we can have a little compare. But we're going to do a look. I'm going to tell you what I think about it. For me, I'm going to leave my original botanical video below. I wasn't the biggest fan. For me, I find the small one lacks depth. So we're going to see today how I feel about the bigger one. I'm just going to start off with some Beauty Bay eyeshadow primer on the lids. And yeah, if you think I sound a bit weird, if you're not new here, I've got a cold, so we're just going to ignore that. I've also not filmed in like 2 weeks because I've been super duper busy. So I was very glad this palette was released on a weekend where I'm not busy. Although we had a lovely trip to IKEA yesterday and spent our afternoon building some bookshelves for my palettes, so that was fun. Right, okay, this is what she looks like. She's one of the 42 pans, and this is her inside. I actually much prefer this. So comparing it to the 20 pan, none of these kind of deep greens are in here. These are all new. The darkest purple called Eggplant is in here. I don't actually know if all of the shades out of here in here. Is Waterfall in here? That's my favourite shade out of the small palette. Waterfall is in here. Yes, very pleased. I think actually, I do think Sea Moss, Pebble, Ash. Probably should have done this beforehand. Oak, June. I think, from what I can see, without going super in depth and spending 10 minutes comparing them, I do think all the shades in this one are in this one, but this one is just so much more elevated. You've got like deeper browns to deepen up. I will admit they have definitely listened to us. Like in this one, the deepest shades were Clay and Eggplant, whereas in here you've got Eggplant, you've got Moth, which is a super dark brown, we've got Spruce, which is a very dark green, and Ivy, which is a super dark green. We have got Clay, but we've also got Bramble, which is a little bit deeper. I think I'm much going to prefer this one. So let's get into it. We're going to do green today. I've got some fun green things here as well. I've got the Play Pigment from Trixie Cosmetics in Pac-Man. I've got Linda Halberg Crayon in Zanaya. And then of course I've pulled out some wet liners. We've got Green Tea, Camo and Wasabi from Glisten here as well. We're just going to have fun. We're going to do a fun look. With me not having filmed in a while, I just want to do something fun. So, what do I want to do? I think I want to start with this shade here because it's really calling my name. This is Peppermint, which is this beautiful, like, slightly blue-green. I'm going to use a P. Louise E24, which is like an angled fluffy brush. And we're going to start with this Peppermint shade. I seeing this palette has made me really wish that this was how they released this palette at first. But what also excites me is, are we going to be getting some more 42 pans of old palettes? Like old limited edition 20 pan releases. Let me know in the comments what your favourite Beauty Bay 20 pan is. My favourite kind of sort of zigzags between Love Notes. I absolutely adore that one. I also love Retro Love. But yeah, let me know what do you think? What would you like them to re-release as larger? Obviously, Book of Magic is such like a cult palette, and it's beautiful. I was kind of looking through the comments when they'd said about bringing back something, and a lot of people in the comments were saying, I hope it's Book of Magic. So maybe we might see that one next. I don't know. I do kind of hope that they are going to kind of continue this and bring out some more of the smaller pan palettes in larger pans. Because the thing is with Beauty Bay, you can always rely on them for quality. I just feel like lately their colour stories have been a bit off. For me, Botanical was too light. I found, what was the Christmas one called? Oh my gosh, what was it called? Celestial Charms was the mini one. Was it just Celestial? Anyway, the big one from that collection, or the 20 pan from that collection, I found that to be too dark. So yeah, I'm looking forward to potentially seeing them bring out some kind of bigger ones of the kind of colour stories that I do know people love, but I've found have missed the mark a little bit. Okay, so we're just winging this out as per usual. I didn't even think about doing a winged out look, to be honest. It just sort of happened. It's just the way like my hand naturally goes these days. Okay, I want to take a smaller brush, still fluffy though. This is a Lorac Pro LP12. It is stained blue, but there is no pigment on it. I promise. And I think we're going to do Holly first, which is this shade here. I'm going to try today and avoid any of the shades that are in the other one, I think. Just because I want to keep it kind of fresh and interesting. So we're just going to take Holly. I'm going to start putting that lower down. We might have to use a bit of matcha though, which I do believe is in the other one. Let me just consult my smaller palette. Yes, matcha is in the other one, but we might need a little bit of that because it's kind of the lightest green blending shade. Okay, on the eye, Peppermint and Holly are not that different. Holly is definitely deeper, but not crazily so. That's fine. That is fine. I think they just look a lot more different in the pan. Okay, so now we've kind of deepened that out. I'm going to wipe off that E24 we were using for peppermint, and we are going to go in with a little bit of matcha just to blend out the edges and lighten up that peppermint shade a little bit. I really should have plucked my brows before this, but there you go. We live and we learn, kids. We live and we learn. And as you can see from that, the difference, it just softens it up. Okay, I like that softened out. Right, now I'm going to take a pencil brush. This one is from Morphe. I'm going to take that deepest kind of not so blue toned green. We do also have Spruce, which is this one over here, but that one's very blue toned. So we're going to use this one called Ivy, which is slightly more green rather than kind of teal. And we're going to start, I always like to start when I deepen up my cut creases, right on the edge here. And then I kind of blend in what's left on my brush further in, just because I like this bit to be the most defined. So starting on kind of where we've kind of flicked up the wing is the way I find best to do it. Okay, we're just going to go back in with a little more holly. Just to blend that out so it's not too harsh. And then I'm going to go back in again with matcha, just to make sure the shapes of my eyes are even, because currently they are not. I might actually go into a little bit of peppermint as well. Oh, the sun's coming out. I'm going to apologise if the lighting's a bit whack. The weather currently today cannot decide what it's going to do. We've got like really dark grey stormy clouds. Then we've got blue sky. This morning it was chucking it down. It doesn't know what it wants to do. Right, we're going to stick with that little pencil brush. And I think to create my wing, I'm going to go kind of a different green. So we're going to use this Samphire shade here. And then we will use Ivy to deepen it up. But I'm hoping this Samphire shade, with it being not quite as blue, is going to give us a little bit of a, it's more like a jewel toned green. So we're going to go back in with the pencil brush once we've wiped that off. And I'm just going to start building this up. These greens are all really lovely. Would you like to see me compare this to Earthy? Would you be interested in seeing that? Because I've seen a lot of people being like, oh, is this kind of Earthy's replacement? Or, so yeah, let me know if you want to see that. I like this green. This is going to be one of my favourites out of this palette, I'll tell you that now. So we're just connecting this up with the wing and building up that outer corner. Okay, and then I am actually, I think, going to take, if I can find one. I really should like put my brushes in my swirly container in like what they are order, but that would make my life too easy. I'm going to take a angled brush. This is the Lorac LP09. We're going to go into Ivy. And I just want to kind of line that, because I think what I'm going to do is some of that Trixie Play, what are they called? Play pigment. I'm going to use that as a liner, I think. So I'm going to kind of deepen this up, and then we're going to do like a thinner liner, if that makes sense. Okay. Happy with how that looks. I like the little transition between the two kind of different greens. It's very subtle, but I like it. Ah, right. Oh, it's the hard part. Okay. So, we don't want to use anything that's in there. Oh, damn it. I didn't think Amazon was in there, but it is. Okay, I'm thinking maybe if I use Surf, which is kind of like a bluey green, Or do I want to do Valley? Oh, yes, okay. I'm thinking Valley and Pistachio. I was thinking perhaps Surf and Pistachio, but that's a little bit more blue. But maybe that could be cute. And then I kind of want to do, I think, probably Quartz in the inner corner, which is this silver. So do the blue. Does that look better? Or does that look better? No, I still like this one better. Right, okay, so let's wipe those off. We are going to start on a flat brush. This is Lorac LP17. And we'll give it a wipe off because it's not clean. And we're going to start with the shade Valley, which is this one here. And we're going to get some product on our brush. That would help. We're just going to press this just kind of over the edge of where the matte shadow ends. That is a really lovely shimmer shade. I don't know whether you can see the kind of texture in that, but it's beautiful. I like that one a lot. Then we are going to go in... Oh, do I want to do... no. Nope, I can't. No more shimmers, no more shimmers. Okay, so we're taking this to about halfway across the lid, I think. Okay, and then I'm going to take Pistachio, which was another thing I felt like the smaller palette was lacking, like a lighter green. Oh, like a lighter green shimmer. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I bloody love a mint green, I do. And that is a lovely one. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that the Valley shade doesn't kind of get lost. Excuse me, sir. Some of us are trying to do makeup. Part of me is like, does this look even need that play pigment? And do I just do some waterliner? I don't know. What do you think? Not that you will be able to help me, but what do we think? I'm just going to take that little pencil brush again. I'm just going to make sure this liner is blended, because this side is really harsh for some reason. I think we're just going to do waterliner. So, I think I want to use green tea, which is like two very light greens, but I want to use the kind of brighter one. Just going to grab some mist. This is the Skindinavia Makeup Primer Spray. Give her a couple of spritzes. What is on this liner brush? I think it's just white. We'll find out, I guess. Oh my god, I just flicked that everywhere. Okay, glisten number 9, as always. Also let me know, video-wise, if you want to see a video of how I kind of do like 3 easy graphic liner looks, or 3 graphic liner looks for beginners. I've had a couple of people recently say to me like, oh, I would do graphic liner if I could do it like you, and I'm like, but it's so easy if you've got the right tools. So let me know if you want to see that. Okay, we're going to go in with the kind of brighter side. I'm just going to do a half cut today, I think. That has made me want to do the green liner more, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so we're going to change our plan again. I'm going to take some of this Play Pigment. Like I said, this is the shade Pac-Man. It's this really funny, like, chartreusey green. I think it'd be really fun just to add like a pop. This brush is from Give Me Glow. It's just a tiny little angled brush. I don't think they actually do it anymore. It's the G87, but you can pretty much get a brush like this from any brush brand. I do have one from Made by Mitchell somewhere, I just can't find it. So we're just going to do a wing liner. God, I love these pigments. They are so pigmented. Is this working? I'm not so sure now I've done it, but it's too late now. On the fence. On the fence. I've never been a small wing girl, but this might be a bit much even for me. Let's just keep going, why not? Right, okay, I'm going to grab a wipe so I can clean up these edges because the liner went a bit crazy and I'd like to sharpen it up a little, I'm not going to lie. I've just found the actual liner brush I wanted. I believe they call that Sod's Law. Okay, if you're a regular, you'll know my trick. Not baby wipe, makeup wipe over the end of my finger. The lighting has gone whack again. And I just cut the edge. What can you do? And then I am just going to take the tiny brush that I wanted, which is a P. Louise E65. Which is a bit thinner. I find the Give Me Glow one's a little bit thick to get like a nice point with. Right, okay, there we go. Cool beans. Right, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna film. Well, I'm gonna go and do my face. I'm filming another foundation review, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. I'm gonna try the new Maybelline 30-hour Lumi Matte Foundation. I will not be wearing it for 30 hours, but we are going to give this a try. And then I'll be back and we will finish off the look. Okay, I've not put any brows on. Bear with. The amount of times I forget to put my brows on these days is insane, considering what? I was going to say when I was like 14, so like 10 years ago, but that's like 12 years ago. I would not go out without brows on. And I'm like, I don't know why. I've got so much brow. Half the time I forget to bloody fill them in. Because they don't really need filling in. If you know what I mean. Right, I'm back. We've just tried the Superstay Lumi Skin. I've got Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer on, which I think is almost done. I don't know. Fenty Cream Bronzer in Macchiato. Beauty Bay Donut Bronzer. Hourglass. No, not Hourglass. Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glass and Beauty Light Wand in Pinkasm. And then on the top of that, I've got Hourglass, a mixture of Euphoric Fusion Strobe Blush, the finishing powder in Diffused Light, and the strobe powder in Euphoric Strobe Light. So I've just done like a little, in my ambient lighting for edit. So just like a little like, so I went in this one, that one, and that one. And just kind of mixed them all together. Because I didn't want to do anything too crazy, because for the cheeks, for the highlight, I'm so excited about this. I saw using Superdrug yesterday, and literally was like, oh my god! Sam was like, what's up? I was like, they've got the new NYX highlighters. So I bought all three colourful ones. So I got the lilac, the mint, and the pink. Can't get in it, man. Oh my god, so a quick side note about these NYX highlighters. If you want to travel with them, they're not going to open in your makeup bag. We're just going to set that aside. We're going to wait for Sam to come and help me. Go in with our little tiny brush again. I'm just going to do what I did on the top. So I'm going to go in with peppermint. Update, Sam also can't get the highlighter open, so I've sent him out the room to keep trying while I carry on. Okay, we are going to go in with Ivy, which is that dark green again. I'm just going to pop a little bit of this very, very close to the lash line, because I think that peppermint shade is like almost enough. So I'm just going to pop this very, very close to the lash line. Also apparently in my eyeball, which is nice. And I'm keeping that very much like the outer third, I would say. And then we're going to take a very small fluffy brush. This is a P. Louise 143, and I'm going to take that matcha shade. I love this 143 for buffing out my under eye, because it doesn't, like, if I don't want to go like too crazy and smoky, because it's so tiny. I'm just going to buff her along the edges. Update. Anybody has the same problem getting these open, you want to like move it to the side a little bit, like kind of like that, and then it'll come open. Apparently. That's what Sam said. But now it's stuck again.
One eternity later.
Got it. Get in. Right, we're going to do this while it's open. So this is Buttermint, a minty green. I'm excited. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm obsessed. Okay, is it acceptable to wear mint green highlighter for work? Like, you can actually like see the mintiness as well. Okay. What a vibe. What a vibe, guys. Definitely just dropped my highlight brush in the darker shimmer. Lovely stuff. Right, okay. So, you know, they're very hard to get into. Maybe open around a friend. Right, what was I doing? I was getting an inner corner shade. Right, we're going to do quartz, which is that silver that we did. We swatched right at the beginning. The other lighter shade in here is lightning, and then there's kind of like a beige shade called Savannah. But lightning is in the other palette, and so is Savannah. So we're going to use quartz, which is a beautiful silver. This is a P. Louise E31, really tiny. Like it a lot for the inner corner. I'm just gonna put. Oh, okay, that's darker than I thought it was gonna be. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a lot darker than it's swatched, and it is a little bit of fallout. Nothing insane, but just a little bit. I kind of feel like this might have written this look. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go over it with a little bit of that pistachio shade we used on the lid, just to see if we can lighten it up a little bit. That's better. Yeah, quartz is definitely a bit dark for the inner corner, for my personal preference. If you like kind of like a darker inner corner, I think it would work really pretty, but it's a little bit dark for me. Let's just compare it, just out of curiosity, to lightning. Yeah, they are worlds apart. The quartz shade is like a medium shimmer, whereas lightning's a light shimmer. But I don't want to use that one. It's already in the other palette. Right, okay, let's just get rid of that fallout. Let me grab some mascara. I was going to do a lash, but I feel like this looks cute without the lash. We're going to do KVD full sleeve. I don't think this mascara will ever end. I really don't. I think it's because I don't like it. It knows. It's going, I'm just going to hang around forever. It's not that I dislike it, I just don't think it's anything special, and I would prefer the Lancome Hypnose. This one's just a bit wet. And although, like with a tubing mascara, I should have really expected it, but basically it comes off in little tubes, which is fine as long as you don't accidentally touch your eye. But then I touch my eye and it starts coming off, and I'm like, this is not what I wanted. It also doesn't give a whole lot of volume, which is my main thing that I'm looking for from a mascara. So yeah, it is fine. I'm not personally offended by it. I just want to get back to Lancome Hypnose. Right, I'm going to take the Linda Hallberg. This is one of their, what do they call them? Doesn't say. This is Zanaya, which is a really like deep, foresty green creaming liner. I'm just going to put this in the waterline. God, that shade is gorgeous. And this is like a metallic shade as well, so. Just really adds some va-va-voom. Never sounded more like a dickhead than when I said that then. See, there's a little bit of the mascara down on my moustache. How did you get here, sir? Right, lips. This is P. Louise, Such a Flirt. Which looks minging because I used a lot. Okay, that is Such a Flirt. And then we're going to go in with Vive Modern Matte Lipstick in Vive. Okay, so this is the final look using the new Beauty Bay Botanical 42 pan. What do we think of this palette? Do we like it better than the original? This for me, eons above this one. This is so much better, so much more versatile. Obviously it's going to be more versatile with 42 shades, but I just think it's so much better balanced. For me, this was not balanced well. It was a bit kind of beige and neutral. Basically, unless you used eggplant, you were getting no depth at all. So I'm very, very pleased to see they did this. I hope they do this with more of the palettes. Let me know what you would like to see turn into a 42 pan. I think mine for this time of year, I've got to say Retro Love. Such a fun colour story. And as a 42 pan, mwah, it would be stunning. What do we think of this look? Did you pick this one up? Did you enjoy the original, or did you not love the original but you still want to pick up the bigger one because it's a bit more versatile? My voice is going. Let me know it all in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, don't forget to hit that subscription button. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon. Let me know if you'd like to see more. Do we want to see a palette bingo? Let me know. You've been fabulous. I've been Coleoftheball, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.